If you're over 60, this might be the most important message you hear all week. Because the stiffness in your knees every morning, the swelling in your ankles.
Don't wait until it's too late. This is something most doctors won't tell you, but I will, because someone needs to. If you're over 60 and you've noticed your legs swelling even after a short walk, stiffness in your knees every morning, or a strange tingling in your calves that wasn't there a year ago, this isn't just aging. This is your body trying to get your attention. And it's been trying for a while. Most people don't realize that by our 60s, collagen levels have dropped as much as 75%. Collagen is what holds your body together. It's the framework that supports your joints, cushions your knees, keeps your skin firm, stabilizes your blood vessels, and even supports the strength of your leg muscles. When it disappears, you feel it. You feel it when your knees buckle a little as you stand. You feel it when your legs feel heavy by the end of the day. You feel it when you wake up with pain you didn't go to sleep with. These aren't random aches, they're signals. And the truth is, it's not simply wear and tear. And it's definitely not because you're weak. In most cases, it's because your body no longer has the raw materials it needs to hold itself together. Collagen isn't optional, it's essential. Think of it as the scaffolding of your entire body. Without enough of it, everything feels less supported, less stable, less resilient. But here's the hopeful part. You don't need expensive supplements, trendy gummies, or complicated treatments that drain your wallet. There are 4 simple natural foods, often forgotten, overlooked, or misunderstood, that can help your body rebuild collagen on its own. Real foods that seniors have used to reduce swelling, improve balance, strengthen joints, and regain confidence in their legs again. So if you're here for the first time, welcome. I share practical, research-supported solutions for people over 60 who want to feel strong, steady, and mobile again. If that sounds like something you need, I hope you stick around. Let's start with something gentle, familiar, and surprisingly powerful. Gelatin. Now, before you picture the jiggly dessert from the 1950s, let me stop you. Pure, unflavored gelatin, made from animal connective tissue, is one of the most effective and senior-friendly collagen rebuilders available today. And one of the reasons it works so well is because it comes pre-hydrolyzed. In simple terms, it's already partially broken down. That means your body absorbs it more easily, especially if you're over 60 and your digestion isn't as strong as it once was. Instead of forcing your stomach to work overtime, it slips in gently and gets right to work. Gelatin is rich in 3 key amino acids, glycine, proline, and hydroxyproline, that make up nearly 70% of the collagen in your body. Glycine helps regulate inflammation and supports the triple helix structure of collagen. Proline strengthens the lining of your joints, and hydroxyproline keeps tendons and blood vessels strong and flexible. That's why adding just a spoonful of gelatin to warm tea or coffee each day can have a noticeable impact on joint comfort, leg strength, and tissue repair. There was a clinical trial in 2020 involving seniors aged 65 and older who were given 10 grams of gelatin daily for 8 weeks. The results were impressive. Improved skin hydration, reduced joint stiffness, better calf muscle tone, faster walking speed, and fewer nighttime leg cramps. Some participants even reported feeling lighter in their steps and more stable when walking on uneven surfaces. Those aren't small changes, that's quality of life. And I've seen this play out in real life. One of my community members, Carol, 72 years old, had been struggling with swelling around her ankles and stiffness in her knees. She added gelatin to her morning tea every single day. 6 weeks later, she walked down her driveway without stopping halfway to rest. A small moment for some, but a huge victory for her. And victories like that matter. Gelatin works best when taken warm and on an empty stomach, where it can be absorbed without interference. Just make sure you're using clean, unflavored gelatin, not the sugary flavored packets filled with dyes and additives. When used consistently, gelatin becomes a quiet daily repair tool, strengthening tissues, reducing swelling, and helping you rebuild from the inside out. Now let's talk about a food that used to be treasured for its healing power: bone marrow. Growing up, many people remember mothers or grandmothers saving the marrow for someone who needed strength. It wasn't a gimmick. It wasn't a fad. It was tradition because marrow is one of the richest sources of natural collagen, healthy fats, and joint-nourishing nutrients you can find. Bone marrow contains type I and type II collagen along with hyaluronic acid, glycosaminoglycans, and other compounds that help cushion your joints, rebuild cartilage, and improve circulation. That combination makes marrow especially effective for seniors dealing with knee pain, ankle stiffness, swelling in the lower legs, or difficulty maintaining balance. There was a study in 2019 where seniors consumed broth made from marrow-rich bones 4 times a week. Within 8 weeks, they experienced greater joint flexibility, less swelling, and increased hydration in their cartilage based on imaging. These aren't just momentary improvements. They're signs that the tissue itself was healing. Marrow is easy to prepare. Roast marrow bones until the inside turns soft and golden, then scoop it onto toast or mix it into mashed vegetables. You don't need a lot. Just a tablespoon here and there can make a tremendous difference. And if roasting feels too complicated, simmering marrow bones in a broth gives you the same benefits, but in a gentler, easier to digest form. I know someone named Harold, 78 years old, who struggled to walk more than 10 minutes without needing a break. We added slow-roasted marrow to his meals twice a week. Within a month, not only was he walking farther with ease, he was also sleeping better because his nighttime leg cramps disappeared. That's what happens when your body finally gets something it's been missing for years. Now let's move on to a food that many people fear: liver. It gets a bad reputation. Too rich, too fatty, too strong. But here's what most people don't know. Liver is one of the most complete collagen-supporting foods on the planet. While gelatin and marrow give your body raw collagen, liver gives you the nutrients required to actually build collagen. Vitamin A for skin repair, copper and zinc to activate collagen-building enzymes, glycine to reduce inflammation and improve sleep. You need all of these for proper tissue repair. Without them, your body can't fully utilize the collagen you eat. A study in 2022 found that seniors who ate liver only once per week had significantly higher collagen activity in their blood. These individuals had fewer varicose veins, less skin thinning, reduced swelling in the knees and ankles, and stronger connective tissues. The story that always comes to mind is Eileen, 75 years old, who bruised extremely easily. Her skin was thin, her veins were fragile, and she felt like she was constantly healing from something. We added just 1 ounce of liver into her ground beef each week. After 2 months, her skin felt firmer and her bruising reduced dramatically. She felt like her body was becoming stronger, not just on the outside, but all the way down to its structure. Liver doesn't need to be eaten plain. Mix it with ground meat or blend it into stew. Start with small amounts. Your taste buds will adjust, and your body will thank you. The fourth food is something warm, comforting, and familiar: bone broth. It's not a trend. It's a time-tested healing tradition. When simmered correctly with bones, joints, and connective tissue, bone broth becomes one of the richest natural sources of collagen, hyaluronic acid, glucosamine, and minerals your body needs for joint repair, circulation, nerve support, and skin elasticity. There was a study in 2021 where participants over 60 drank 1 cup of homemade bone broth daily for 8 weeks. They experienced improvements in skin firmness, reductions in nighttime leg cramps, better physical activity levels, and MRI scans showing thicker cartilage in their knees and hips. I remember someone named George, 76, who struggled with foot numbness and stiff ankles every morning. We introduced half a cup of warm broth to his routine. Within 5 weeks, the numbness faded and his ankles regained flexibility. Sometimes the simplest changes produce the most meaningful results. When making broth, use bones with joints: knuckle bones, chicken backs, and marrow bones. Simmer them slowly for at least 18 hours with a splash of apple cider vinegar. When the broth cools and becomes gelatinous, that's how you know it's rich in collagen. Now let's talk about bringing these foods together in a simple daily rhythm, one that supports your body gently and consistently. Start with bone broth in the morning. Sip it warm before breakfast. A few days a week, add gelatin to your tea or coffee. Try marrow once or twice a week, either roasted or mixed into a stew. And introduce liver slowly, perhaps 1 ounce a week, blended into a recipe you already enjoy. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. When it comes to collagen repair, slow and steady wins every time. Give your body the building blocks, and it will rebuild. Maybe not in a single night, but over a few weeks, you may notice your morning stiffness easing. Maybe your legs won't feel quite as heavy. Maybe your knees won't protest every time you stand up. These small improvements add up, and one morning you'll wake up and realize you feel better, stronger, more stable, more like you. Aging isn't just about decline, it's about recovery. It's not about becoming 25 again. It's about giving your body what it needs to feel alive at 65, 75, or 85. Collagen loss can make you feel fragile, unsteady, or older than you truly are. But rebuilding is possible, not through shortcuts or gimmicks, but through real foods your body recognizes and knows exactly how to use. Gelatin for gentle absorption. Marrow for deep joint repair. Liver for the tools that activate collagen building. Bone broth to tie it all together. Every sip, every spoonful, every small choice becomes an investment in your strength, your balance, your mobility, your confidence. If you're listening to this right now, it means you haven't given up. You still believe it's not too late. And you're right. You're rebuilding slowly and steadily, one day at a time. And I hope you keep going, because your future self will thank you.